There. Hi, I'm Sean Gant, and I'm the regional coordinator for Poetry Out Loud. And I was talking to the state coordinator, Margaret Belisle, this afternoon, who said that instead of 2 students today, we get to send 6 to state. So that's great. We have 13 really talented students to recite poems for you, and about half of them get to go on. So I'm really happy about that. There are some changes in the program that I want to tell you about. One is that since Morgan and Raven are reciting the same poem, Morgan said it's okay for her to switch the order there. So she'll be reading the T.S. Eliot poem first, and then A Psalm of Life. Let me put my glasses on so I know what I'm doing. There. I'd like to thank the judges who are volunteering to help us tonight. Amber Gray Morning is here. Yay! Amber's come back every year, and she's a Hellgate High School alumni and made it all the way to Washington, D.C. with memorizing poems. So we're really proud of her and really thankful that she likes to come back and help us judge. Another very knowledgeable judge is Jane Bennett. She's the principal at Willard High School. And Jane has judged every year that we've done this competition. And then we have Dr. Alex Apostle, our superintendent of schools. Also an experienced Poetry Out Loud judge. We're really happy to have him here. And then we have a real poet, which is essential, and that's Mark Gibbons. You should have Mark recite one of his poems to you sometime. It'll knock your socks off. And then we have on prompting, not as a judge, as it's listed in the program, our principal at Hellgate, Russ Lodge. So the students know that he's their man if they need a word. And then we have 2 teachers that are both English teachers and really great supporters of Poetry Out Loud, and they'll be doing all the math. That's really comforting, isn't it? Actually, these women are type A organizers with a calculator. They've designed their own spreadsheet for the tabulation. Okay, that's Jill Mason and Debbie Hendricks. Thanks. They'll be passing over the tally sheets from the judges to Jeff Badnock, who is going to add in an accuracy bonus. Jeff, see you. Jeff is also very experienced at this, and he's on the computer there. Hopefully it'll work tonight. And then lining up the computer and just being a great support and wonderful advocate poems, Jean Croxton. So I'd like to introduce our MCs who will have Amber come on up. These are 2 students who are also excellent poetry reciters. Adrian Kransky, who won 2nd at state last year in Poetry Out Loud, and Reed Roberts, poet, actor extraordinaire. Is that how we introduce you? Okay. So I'm going to put you in their capable hands, not being the MC type. So come on up here.
All right, welcome. Amber, would you please come up?
Good job.
Do I get to stand at your little podium, or do I have to stand here?
No, you have to stand there.
Okay.
Do you need help with the microphone?
I'm good. Thank you. All right, so Sean asked me to do the invocation to the muse, and I actually wrote a poem for the occasion, quite on accident. It was right after she called me to ask if I'd like to judge, and it was super late at night, and I was getting ready to go to sleep, and falling asleep and everything, and all of a sudden I had a line running through my head, and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to write this down. And pretty soon it was like a 5-stanza poem, and I thought, oh my goodness, this just captures the spirit of poetry out loud for me. So I decided to read it for you all tonight. The lights dim, a silence descends. It is a night for beginnings. It is a night for ends. 1,000 eyes close, wishes float to muse's ear. It is a night for hope. It is a night for fear. Hearts pound in unison, footsteps echo across the stage. Now begins the magic, an art without age. Words spill forth, a single soul paints the dark sky. It is a night for laughter. It is a night to cry. So light a candle in your heart and keep it burning bright. There is a night for dreams. Tonight is that night.
Thank you, Amber. That was lovely. All right, and now we are underway. We begin the Poetry Out Loud Regionals competition. Regional, right? Regional competition? Regionals competition. All right, and everyone, a round of applause for our first contestant, Eileen Daniels, who will be reciting her first poem, The Animal in That Country by Margaret Atwood.
Hello, I am Aislinn Daniels, and I will be doing The Animals in That Country by Margaret Atwood. In that country, the animals have the faces of people. The ceremonial cats possessing the streets. The fox run politely to earth. The huntsmen standing around him, fixed in their tapestry of manners. The bull, embroidered with blood and given an elegant death. Trumpets, his name stamped on him, heraldic brand, because when he rolled on the sand, sword in his heart, the teeth in his blue mouth were human. He is really a man. Even the wolves, holding resonant conversations in their forests thickened with legend. In this country, the animals have the faces of animals. Their eyes flash once in the car headlights and are gone. Their deaths are not elegant. They have the faces of no one.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Alyssa Hollenbach. She's from Superior High School, and she will be reading the new Decalogue? I think that's the term. By Ambrose Bierce. Round of applause, please.
Hello, my name is Elisa Hollenbach, and my poem is called The New Decalogue by Ambrose Bierce. All right. Honor but one God, thy knees restore, if bent in prayer, 'tis 3 or 4. Adore no images save those the coinage of thy country shows. Direct thy swearing unto Sorry. Direct thy swearing on. Take not thy name in vain. Direct thy swearing unto some effect. Thy hand on Sunday work beheld. Work not at all unless compelled. Honor thy parents, and perchance their wills or fortunes may advance. Kill not, this liberates thy foe from persecution's constant woe. Kiss not thy neighbor's wife. Of course, there's no objection to divorce. To steal is folly, for 'tis plain, in cheating there is greater gain. Bear not false witness, shake your head, and say that you have heard it said. Who stays? Oh, who stays to covet, ne'er will catch an opportunity to snatch.
Thank you, Elisa. And now, as a pleasant treat, we will have one of the 6th, 7th, or 8th graders from Potomac School reading. Could we please have Blaine Redmond come out on the stage? And he will be reading. Thank you. He will be reading I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died by Emily Dickinson.
Hi, my name is Blaine Redmond, and I'll be reciting I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died. I heard a fly buzz when I died, the stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air. Between the heaves of storm, the eyes around had wrung them dry, the breaths gathering firm by the last onset, to be witnessed by the king in the room. I willed my keepsake signed away. What portion of me be assignable in a prose to fly? Well, with blue and an unstumbling buzz between the light and me, the windows failed and I could not see to see.
Wunderbar. All right, back to the competition. Next, we have Chrissy Dowdy, a senior at Hamilton High School. She will be reading Difference by Stephen Vincent Bennett. Round of applause, please.
All right, are my judges ready? Okay. I'm Chrissy Dowdy. Difference by Stephen Vincent Bennett. My mind's a map. A mad sea captain drew it under a flowing moon until he knew it. Winds with brass trumpets, puffy-cheeked as jugs, and states bright patterned like Arabian rugs. Here there be tigers. Here we buried Jim. Here is the strait where eyeless fishes swim about their buried idol, drowned so cold. He weeps away his eyes in salt and gold. A country like the dark side of the moon, a cider apple country, harsh and boon. A country savage as a chestnut rind, a land of hungry sorcerers. Your mind? Your mind is water through an April night. A cherry branch plume feathery with its white, a lavender as fragrant as your words, a room where peace and honor talk like birds, sewing bright coins upon the tragic cloth of heavy fate and mockery, like a moth flutters and beats about those lovely things. You are the soul, enchanted with its wings, the single voice that raises up the dead to shake the pride of angels, I have said.
All right. Before we continue on with the competition, we would quickly just like to thank Chris Schwaderer and Julie Radke for coaching, judging, and mentoring the Glacier High School Poetry Out Loud students in Whitefish. Round of applause, please.
And next, we have Diego Steele, a senior at Sentinel High School. He will be reading I Am the People, the Mob by Carl Sandburg.
Hello. Okay, thank you. My name is Diego Steele, and I will be performing I Am the People, the Mob by Carl Sandburg. I am the people, the mob, the crowd, the mass. Do you know that all great work of the world is done through me? I am the working man, the inventor, the maker of the world's food and clothes. I am the audience that witnesses history. The Napoleons come from me, and the Lincolns. They die, and then I send forth more Napoleons and Lincolns. I am the seed ground. I am a prairie that will stand for much plowing. Terrible storms pass over me. I forget. The best of me is sucked out and wasted. I forget. Everything but death comes to me and makes me work and give up what I have, and I forget. Sometimes I growl, shake myself, and spatter a few red drops for history to remember. Then I forget. When I, the people, learn to remember. When I, the people, use the lessons of yesterday and no longer forget who robbed me last year, who played me for a fool, then there will be no speaker in all the world say the name, the people, with any fleck of a sneer in his voice or any far-off smile of derision. The mob, the crowd, the mass will arrive then.
Exhilarating. All right, next up, from Hellgate High School, Isabel Huff.
My name is Isabel Huff, and I'll be performing Hysteria by Dionisio D. Martinez. It only takes one night with the wind on its knees to imagine Carl Sandburg unfolding a map of Chicago, puzzled, then walking the wrong way. The lines on his face are hard to read. I alternate between the TV, where a plastic surgeon is claiming that every facial expression causes wrinkles, and the newspaper. I picture the surgeon reading the lines on Sandburg's face, lines that would have made more sense if the poet had been, say, a tree growing in a wind orchard. Maybe he simply smiled too much. I'm reading about the All-Star game, thinking that maybe Sandburg saw the White Sox of 1919. I love American newspapers, the way each section is folded independently and believes it owns the world. There's this brief item in the international pages. The Chinese government has posted signs in Tiananmen Square forbidding laughter. I'm sure the plastic surgeon would approve. He'd say the Chinese will look young much longer, their faces unnaturally smooth. But what I see, although no photograph accompanies the story, is laughter bursting inside them. I go back to the sports section and a close-up of Rookie in mid-swing, his face keeping all the wrong emotions in check. When I read, I bite my lower lip, a habit the plastic surgeon would probably call cosmetic heresy because it accelerates the aging process. I think of Carl Sandburg and the White Sox. I think of wind in Tiananmen Square, how a country deprived of laughter ages invisibly. I think of the Great Walls of North America, each of them a grip on some outfield like a rookie's hands around a bat when the wind is against him. I bite my lower lip again. I want to learn to think in American, to believe that a headline is a fact and all stories are suspect.
Beautiful, Miss Huff. And now we have Joseph Perry, a sophomore at Whitefish High School, who is reading Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe.
Hang on just a second.
All right.
Okay, we are ready. Tell me
All right, I'll just leave the mic the way it is. Hi, my name's Joseph Perry, and I'll be reciting Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived, whom you may know, by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee, with the love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her highborn kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea.
Did anyone else get chills? No? All right, next up for our enjoyment, we have another middle schooler from Potomac, Brianka Thornton. She will be reading Hope is a Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson.
I am Brianka Thornton, and I'll be reciting Hope is a Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, but never in extremity it asks to come with me.
much. Next, we have Kate Lamb, a junior at Big Fork High School. She will be reading her first poem, Deliberate, by Amy Ayamatsu.
Hello, my name is Kate Lamb. I will be performing Deliberate by Amy Ayamatsu. So by 16, we move in packs, learn to strut and slide. In deliberate, low-down rhythm, talk in a syncopated beat. Because we want so bad to be cool, never to be mistaken for white. Even when we leave these rowdier LA streets, remember how we paint our eyes like gangsters, flash our legs in nylons, sassy black high heels, or 2-inch zippered boots. Stack them by the door at night, next to Daddy's muddy gardening shoes.
Sassy. All right, next up is another Hellgate student. She's also our school president, Catherine Vincent. And she will be reading History Lesson by Natasha Trethewey.
We are ready.
Hello, my name is Catherine Vincent, and I will be performing a history lesson by Miss Natasha Trethewey. I'm full in this photograph, standing on a wide strip of Mississippi beach, my hands on the flowered hips of a bright bikini. My toes dig in, curl around the wet sand. The sun cuts the rippling gulf and flashes with each tidal rush. I am alone, except for my grandmother, other side of the camera, telling me how to pose. It's 1970, 2 years after they opened the rest of this beach to us. 40 since the photograph of her standing on a narrow plot of sand marked colored, smiling. Her hands on the flowered hips of a cotton meal sack dress.
Very stirring. Next, we have Michelle Reinelt, a junior at Superior High School, and she will be reading Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson.
Don't worry, everybody gets her name.
We're ready.
Hi, I'm Michelle Reinelt. I will be doing Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. And sweetest in the gale, I've heard it in the chillest lands and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it's asked to come of me.
Next up, another Potomac middle schooler, Kayla Olson. I heard a fly buzz when I died. Also by Emily Dickinson. Oh my. See if I can get it this time. hands are too sweaty. Force it. There we go.
Hi, I'm Kayla Olson, and I'll be reciting I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died. I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air. Between the heaves of stone. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and the breasts were gathering firm. For the last onset the king be witnessed in the room. I willed my keepsake signed away, would a portion of me be assignable, and then it was, and then reposed a fly. With a blue, uncertain, stumbling buzz between the light and me, the windows failed, and then I cannot see to see.
Thank you. It was quite adorable. Next, we have Morgan Lawrence, a senior at Hamilton High School, reading something in another language. And it's written very pretty. By T.S. Eliot.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
I'm Morgan Lawrence, and I'm doing La Figlia che piange by T.S. Eliot. O quam te me morum virgo. Stand on the highest pavement of the stair. Lean on a garden urn. Weave the sunlight in your hair. Clasp your flowers to you with a pained surprise. Fling them to the ground and turn with a fugitive resentment in your eyes. But weave the sunlight in your hair. So I would have had him leave. So I would have had her stand and grieve. So he would have left, as the soul leaves the body torn and bruised, as the mind deserts the body it has used. I should find some way incomparably light and deft, some way we both should understand, as simple and faithless as a smile or a shake of the hand. She turned away, but with the autumn weather compelled my imagination many days and many hours, and I wonder how they should have been together. I should have lost a gesture and a pose. Sometimes these cogitations still amaze the troubled midnight and the noon's repose. Thank you.
All right. Before we continue on, I would just like to have another round of thanks for Sean Gant, Jill Mason, Kim Anderson, Jean Croxton, Amber Graymorning, Jeff Badnock, Lisa Waller, and Russ Lodge for coaching, judging, and mentoring the Hellgate students. All right. Raven Dryden, sorry. From Hellgate High School, will be reciting A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. You know, I figured. Okay, one more. Yeah, all right, there you go.
You ready?
We're ready.
My name is Raven Dryden, and I will be reciting A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. What the heart of the young man said to the psalmist. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act, that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still, like muffled drums, are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, howe'er pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present, heart within, and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait.
Thank you, Raven. Next, we have Rebecca Norman, a sophomore at Sentinel High School, reading Thoughts in a Zoo by County Cullen. All right, thanks. Tough act to follow. Okay, I am Rebecca Norman, and I will be performing Thoughts in a Zoo by County Cullen. They in their cruel traps, and we in ours, survey each other's rage, and pass the hours commiserating each the other's woe, to mitigate his own pain's fiery glow. Man has but little to proffer in exchange, save that his cages have a larger range. That lion, with his lordly untamed heart, has in some man his human counterpart, some lofty soul in dreams and visions wrapped, but in the stifling flesh, securely trapped. Gaunt eagle, whose raw pinions stain the bars that prison you, so men cry for the stars. Some delve down like the mole, far underground. Their nature is to burrow, not to bound. Some, like the snake, with changeless slothful eye, stir not, but sleep and smolder where they lie. Who is most wretched, these caged ones or we, caught in a vastness beyond our sight to see? Very stirring. And now we have a small break with Katie Lassiter reading Trees by Joyce Kilmer.
I'm Katie Lassiter, and I will be reciting Trees by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that made in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
Next up from Sentinel is Valkyrie Jensen reading If by Rudyard Kipling.
Hi, I'm Valkyrie Jensen, and I'll be performing If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truths you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you, except the will, which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foe nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, what is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Very conceptual. And with that, we would like to thank Steve Tull for organizing Poetry Out Loud competitions in Superior High School. And that, I believe, is the end of round 1. Very wonderful, everyone.
We'll be taking a short intermission. Can we get some clarinet up here by chance?
These are the original works of Rose Young, everyone. Sit back and enjoy. What?
Not original.
Not original. I lied. Don't listen to me. All right. Not original, but still beautiful, nonetheless.
right, let's get round 2 underway. But quick, to those people from Sentinel, no offense. I love you, really. I wish I went to Sentinel. Anyway, first up, First, we'd like to thank Jillian Carrera for organizing the Poetry Out Loud from Sentinel. Thank you. Did I mention how much I love Sentinel? Sorry. First, we'll have Aislinn Daniels from Hamilton High School, and she will be reciting A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, I am Aislinn Daniels, and I will be reciting for you this evening A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and, in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep. While I weep, oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
Very beautiful. Next, we have Elisa Hollenbach reading her second poem, Degrees of Grey in Philipsburg by Richard Hugo.
Deja vu.
There you go. We're ready.
Okay. You might come here Sunday on a whim, say your life broke down. The last good kiss you had was years ago. You walked these streets, laid out by the Seine, past hotels that didn't last, bars that did. The tortured try of local drivers to accelerate their lives. Only the churches are kept up. The bar turned 70 this year. The only prisoner is always in, not knowing what he's done. Rage is the principal supporting business now. Hatred of the various grays, the mountain sends. Hatred of the mill, the silver bill repeal. The best light girls who leave each year for Butte. One good restaurant and bars can't wipe the boredom out. The 1907 boom, 8 going silver mines, a dance floor built on spring. All memory resolves itself in gaze. In Panoramic Green, you know the cattle eat. 2 dead kilns, the huge mill in collapse. For 50 years, that won't fall finally down. Isn't this your life, that ancient kiss still burning out your eyes? Isn't this defeat so accurate? The church bell simply seems a pure announcement. Ring and no one comes? Don't empty houses ring? Are magnesium and scorn sufficient to support a town? Not just Philipsburg, but towns of towering blondes, good jazz and booze. The world will never let you have. Until the town you come came from dies inside. Say no to yourself. The old man, 20 when the jail was built, still laughs, although his lips collapse. Someday soon, he says, I'll go to sleep and not wake up. You tell him no, you're talking to yourself. The car that brought you here still runs. The money you buy lunch with, no matter where it's mined, is silver. And the girl who steals your food is slender, and her red hair lights the wall.
Thank you. Next up from Potomac, we have Scotland Arnold reciting Abandoned Farmhouse by Ted Kooser.
Hello, my name is Scotland Arnold, and I will be reciting Abandoned Farmhouse by Ted Kooser. He was a big man, says the size of his shoes, on a pile of broken dishes by the house. A tall man, too, says the length of the bed in an upstairs room. And a good, God-fearing man, says the Bible with a broken back beneath the window, dusty with sun. But not a man for farming, say the fields, cluttered with boulders in the leaky barn. A woman lived with him, say the fields. Says the bedroom wall, papered with lilacs, and the kitchen shelves covered in oilcloth. And they had a child, says the sandbox made from a tractor tire. Money was scarce, says the jars of plum preserves, and the canned tomatoes sealed in the cellar hole. And the winter's cold, say the rags in the window frames. It was lonely here, says the narrow country road. Something went wrong, says the empty house and the weed-choked yard. Stones in the field say he was not a farmer. The steel-sealed jars in the cellar say she left in a nervous haste. And the child? Its toys strewn in the yard, like branches after a storm. A rubber cow, a rusty tractor with a broken plow, a doll in overalls. Something went wrong, they say.
Thank you. Next, we have Chrissy Dowdy, a senior at Hamilton High School, reading Come Up from the Fields, Father by Walt Whitman.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You knew. Are my judges ready? Okay. And I'm, of course, Chrissy Dowdy. Come Up from the Fields, Father by Walt Whitman. Come up from the fields, Father. Here's a letter from our Pete. And come to the front door, Mother. Here's a letter from thy dear son. Lo, 'tis autumn. Lo, where the trees, deeper green, yellower and redder, cool and sweet in Ohio's villages, with leaves fluttering in the moderate wind, where apples ripe and the orchards hang, and grapes on the tresselest vines. Smell you the smell of the grapes on the vines? Smell you the buckwheat where the bees were lately buzzing? Above all, lo, the sky so calm, so transparent after the rain, and with wondrous clouds. Below, too, all calm, all vital and beautiful, and the farm prospers well. Down in the fields, all prospers well, but now from the fields come Father, come at the daughter's call, and come to the entry, Mother, to the front door, come right away. Fast as she can, she hurries. Something ominous, her steps trembling. She does not tarry to smooth her hair nor adjust her cap. Open the envelope quickly. Oh, this is not our son's writing, yet his name is signed. Oh, a strange hand writes for our dear son. Oh, stricken mother's soul! All swims before her eyes, flashes with black. She catches the main words only. Sentence is broken. Gunshot wound in the breast. Cavalry skirmish. Taken to hospital. At present low, but will soon be better. Now the single figure to me, amid all teeming and wealthy Ohio, with all its cities and farms, sickly white in the face and dull in the head, very faint by the jamb of a door leans. Grieve not so, dear mother. The just-grown daughter speaks through her sobs. The little sisters huddle around, speechless and dismayed. See, dearest mother, the letter says Pete will soon be better. Alas, poor boy, he will never be better, nor may be, needs to be better, that brave and simple soul. While they stand at home, at the door, he is dead already. The only son is dead. But the mother needs to be better. She with thin form, presently dressed in black. By day, her meals untouched, and at night, fitfully sleeping, often waking, in the midnight waking, weeping, longing with one deep longing. Oh, that she might withdraw, unnoticed, silent from life, escape and withdraw, to follow, to seek, to be with her dear dead son.
All right. Next up, from Sentinel High School, Diego Steele, reciting Give All to Love by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
We are ready.
Hello. Again, my name is Diego Steele, and I will be performing Give All to Love by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Give all to love, obey thy heart, friends, kindred, days, estate, good frame, plans, credit, and the muse, nothing refuse. 'Tis a brave master, let it have scope, follow it utterly, hope beyond hope. High and more high, it dives into noon, with wings unspent, untold intent, but it is a god, knows its own path and the outlets of the sky. It was never for the mean, it requireth courage stout. Souls above doubt, valor unbending, it will reward. They shall return more than they were, and ever ascending. Leave all for love, yet, hear me yet, one word more thy heart behove, one pulse more of firm endeavor. Keep thee today, tomorrow, forever, free as an Arab of thy beloved. Cling with the life to the maid, but when the surprise, first vague shadow of surmise flits across her bosom young of a joy apart from thee, free be she, fancy free, nor thou detain her vesture's hem, nor the palest rose she flung from her summer diadem. Though thou loved her as thyself, as a self of pure clay, Though her parting dims the day, stealing grace from all alive, heartily know when half gods go, the gods arrive.
Thank you, Mr. Steele. Next, we have a bit of light entertainment. Stash Robble from Potomac Middle School, reading Difference by Stephen Vincent Benet.
Hello, my name is Stash Robel, and I will be reciting Difference by Stephen Vincent Benet. My mind's a map. A mad sea captain drew it, under a flowing moon until he knew it. Winds with brass trumpets, puffy-cheeked as jugs, and states bright patterned like Arabian rugs. Here there be tigers, here he buried Jim. Here's a strait where eyeless fishes swim. About their buried idol, drowned so cold, he weeps away his eyes in salt and gold. A country like the dark side of the moon, a cider apple country, harsh and boon. A country savage as a chestnut rind. A land of hungry sorcerers, your mind? Your mind is water through an April night, a cherry branch, plume feathery with its white, a lavender as fragrant as your words, a room where peace and honor talk like birds, sewing bright coins upon the tragic cloth of heavy fate and mockery like a moth, flutters and beats about those lovely things. You are the soul enchanted with its wings, the single voice that raises up the dead to shake the pride of angels, I have said.
Next up from Hellgate, Isabel Huff, reciting A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll.
Just force it. Okay.
Thanks. Okay, my name is Isabel Huff, and I'll be reciting A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward, dream a lie, in an evening of July. Children three that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, pleased a simple tale to hear. Long has paled that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die, autumn frosts have slain July. Still she haunts me phantom-wise, Alice moving under skies, never seen by waking eyes. Children yet the tale to hear, eager eye and willing ear, lovingly shall nestle near. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die. Ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream?
Thank you, Isabel. Next, we have Joseph Perry, reading I Am the People, the Mob by Carl Sandburg.
I'm Joseph Perry, and I'll be reciting I Am the People, the Mob by Carl Sandburg. I am the people, the mob, the crowd, the mass. Did you know that all of the great work of the world is done through me? I am the working man, the inventor, the maker of the world's food and clothes. I'm the audience that witnesses history. The Napoleons come from me, and the Lincolns. They die, and I send forth more Napoleons and Lincolns. I am the seed ground. I am the prairie that will stand for much plowing. Terrible storms pass over me. I forget. The best of me is sucked out and wasted. I forget. Everything but death comes to me and makes me work and give up what I have, and I forget. Sometimes I growl, shake myself, and spatter a few red drops for history to remember. Then I forget. When I, the people, learn to remember, when I, the people, use the lessons of yesterday and no longer forget who robbed me last year, who took me for a fool, then there will be no speaker in all the world say the name, the people, with any fleck of a sneer in his voice or any far-off smile of derision. The mob, the crowd, the mass will arrive then. Thank you.
All right, next up from Big Fork High School, Kate Lamb, reciting The Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd by Sir Walter Raleigh.
All right. My name is Kate Lamb. I will be reciting The Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd by Sir Walter Raleigh. If all the world and love were young, and truth in every shepherd's tongue, these pretty pleasures might me move to live with thee and be thy love. Time drives the flocks from fields to fold, when rivers rage and rocks grow cold, and Philomel becometh dumb, the rest complains of cares to come. The flowers do fade in wanton fields, to wayward winter reckoning yields. A honey tongue, a heart of gall, is fancy's spring, but sorrow's fall. Thy gowns, thy shoes, thy beds of roses, thy cap, thy kirtle, and thy posies, soon break, soon wither, soon forgotten, in folly ripe, in reason rotten. Thy belt of straw and ivy buds, the coral clasps and amber studs, all these in me no means can move to come to thee and be thy love. But could youth last and love still breed, had joys no date, nor age no need, then these delights my mind might move to live with thee and be thy love.
Thank you. Next, we have Catherine Vincent, reading You Charmed Me Not with That Fair Face by John Dryden.
I don't have the core strength.
There you go.
Thank you.
You ready?
All right. My name is Catherine Vincent, and I will be reciting You Charmed Me Not with That Fair Face by John Dryden. Raven, maybe you're familiar. You charmed me, not with that fair face, though it was all divine. To be another's is the grace that makes me wish you mine. The gods and fortune take their part, who like young monarchs fight, and boldly dare invade that heart, which is another's right. First mad with hope, we undertake to pull up every bar, but once possessed, we faintly make a dull defensive war. Now every friend is turned a foe in hope to get our store, and passion makes us cowards grow, which made us brave before. Thank you.
All right, next up from Potomac, Tyler Housley, reciting Helen by Hilda Doolittle.
My name is Tyler Housley, and I'm reciting Helen by Hilda Doolittle. All Greece hates the still eyes and the white face, the luster as of olives, where she stands with her white hands. All Greece reviles the wan face when she smiles, hating it deeper still when it grows wan and white, remembering past enchantments and past ills. Greece sees unmoved God's daughter born of love. The beauty of cool feet and slenderest knees. Could love indeed the maid, if only she were laid white ash amid funeral cypresses.
Thank you, Tyler. Next, we have Michelle Reynelt reciting The Star by Anne Taylor.
I'm Michelle Reynelt, and I will be doing The Star by Anne Taylor. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle all the night. Line. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. In the dark blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. 'Tis your bright and tiny spark lights a traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
All right, next up, we have Morgan Lawrence from Hamilton reciting A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
I'm Morgan Lawrence, and I will be reciting A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. With the heart of the young man said to the psalmist, "Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust thou returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us that we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lawrence. Next, we have Raven Dryden reciting Nurture by Maxine Kumin.
I'll try it this time.
We are ready.
Hello again, my name is Raven Dryden, and I will be reciting Nurture by Maxine Kumin. From a documentary on marsupials, I learned that a pillowcase makes a fine substitute pouch for an orphan kangaroo. I am drawn to such dramas of animal rescue. They are warm in the throat. I suffer, the critic proclaims, from an overabundance of maternal genes. Bring me your fallen fledgling, your bummer lamb. Lead the abused, the starvelings into my barn. Advise the hunted deer to leap into my corn. And had there been a wild child, filthy and fierce as a ferret, he is called in one 19th century account. A wild child to love, it is safe to assume, given my fireside inked with paw prints, there would have been room. Think of the language we two, same and not same, might have constructed from sign, scratch, grimace, grunt, vowel. Laughter, our first noun, and our long verb, howl.
All right, our last student from Potomac. Wacy Thompson is reciting The World is Too Much with Us by William Wordsworth.
Thanks.
There you go, bud.
Hi, I'm Wacy Thompson, and I'm reciting The World is Too Much with Us by William Wordsworth. The world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending. We lay waste our powers, little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon, the sea that bears her bosom to the moon. For this, for everything we are out of tune, great God, I'd rather be a pagan, suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn. Have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hero Triton blow his feathered horn.
All right, one more round of applause for Nancy Linnell, the teacher from Potomac.
And now back to the competition with Rebecca Norman reciting Epitaph by Catherine Phillips.
Thanks. Okay. So, I'm still Rebecca Norman, and this time I will be performing Epitaph by Catherine Phillips. What on earth deserves our trust? Youth and beauty, both or dust? Long we gathering are with pain. What one moment calls a gain? 7 years, childless marriage past. A son, A son is born at last, so exactly limbed and fair, full of good spirits, mien and air, as a long life promised. Yet in less than 6 weeks dead. Too promising, too great a mind in so small room to be confined. Therefore, as fit in heaven to dwell, he quickly broke the prison shell. So the subtle alchemist can't with Hermes' seal resist the powerful spirit's subtler flight, but 'twill bid him long good night. And so the sun, if it arise half so glorious as his eyes, like this infant, takes a shroud buried in a morning cloud.
All right. Last up, but certainly not least, Valkyrie Jensen will be reciting Abandoned Farmhouse by Ted Kuzer.
Sorry. Thank you.
No problem. Just takes a little elbow grease.
Hello again, I'm Valkyrie Jensen, and I will be performing Abandoned Farmhouse by Ted Kuzer. He was a big man, says the size of his shoes on a pile of broken dishes by the house. A tall man, too, says the length of the bed in an upstairs room. And a good, God-fearing man, says the Bible on the floor below the window, dusty with sun. But not a man for farming, say the fields cluttered with boulders and the leaky barn. A woman lived with him, say the bedroom walls papered with lilacs and the kitchen shelves covered with oilcloth. Money was scarce, say the jars of plum preserves and canned tomatoes sealed in the cellar hole. And the winter's cold, say the rags in the window frames. It was lonely here, says the narrow country road. Something went wrong, says the empty house in the weed-choked yard. Stones in the field say he was not a farmer. The still-sealed jars in the cellar say she left in a nervous haste. And the child, its toys are strewn in the yard like branches after a storm. A rubber cow, a rusty tractor with a broken plow, a doll in overalls. Something went wrong, they say.
Thank you, Miss Jensen. And now, one last round of applause for our adjudicators, our calculators, our word bearers, our poetry competitors, our poetic entertainers, clarinets, MCATs, and Miss Ganson.
All right. Well, let's let Adrian and Reed go now. Thanks. I'm back. I know they have rehearsals all week. They're in play, which is coming up. Beau's Stratagem. When is that?
March 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Okay, so come and watch the play. You'll see these guys in action. And while the judges, are you all done? Yeah? Okay, that was a workout for the judges. That was really amazing. I just want to thank you very much for, giving up your evening and coming here to hear these great students. It's a hard job, and also to Rose, who was playing earlier, if you're still here. And also to, Hey, Rose. It's brave to get up on stage and say a poem by heart or play music, and I really appreciate that. And also the Potomac students that memorized poems from the same list that the high school students did. I was stunned. That was great. And I really like how you guys high-five each other and support each other all through that. That's pretty amazing. And I'll see you guys maybe at Hellgate in a couple years. Jill Mason and Debbie Hendricks are tallying everything here. And I just have a couple things to say. I know that these students have traveled here from Superior, Whitefish, all the way from Sentinel, across town, all the way from Hellgate, and Hamilton. And you have a lot of teachers to thank when you get back and to tell them the stories, what happened to you here. But you also always have these poems now that you've memorized. And they'll just get deeper and deeper every time you say them to yourselves. So don't lose them after this. It's not really all about the competition thing, but you know that. I also think that you were amazing sports with the microphone issue, and so that was great. It occurred to me almost too late, I'm filibustering here, that maybe we should have swapped these mics out, but this one's, really easy if you're small, but next time. So we will select the top 6, and one person will be an alternate. So if for any reason the 5 top students that recited poems can't go, then that alternate will go. Okay, I don't think I was very clear about that. But we are going to pick 6 here. Now, I wasn't really prepared for that because I just learned that. So I'm going to send your teachers your certificate for participating in the regional. Okay. It's the envelope. That's great. Okay, so, some people say that poetry doesn't pay. I'm just going to keep the suspense going a little bit longer. But actually it does, and Amber knows this. They paid her it paid you cash money, right, for winning at state, and your plane ticket, and $500 for Hellgate to buy poetry at state, and then she went on. And then from there, you can compete on the national level for a $20,000 scholarship, or a $10,000 if you get second, or $5,000 and on down the way. But it's pretty amazing money. So poetry really does pay. Yeah. Right, Mark? Yeah. Yes. But also it pays in learning about the world and getting a deeper sense of who you are. So that's all good. So I'll rattle off. No, I will pronounce formally the top 6 from our region, and then those 6 folks will need to memorize another poem too. They already chosen one, and then another that was a little more restricted. Maybe you sense that they chose one to recite. Everyone over here did. That was either pre-21st century or less than 25 lines long. So. But now, are you guys ready to memorize another poem? The alternate from the Western Regional Poetry Out Loud is Raven Dryden from Hellgate High School. I'm going to ask you guys to come up here. Our Lance photographer will get a chance to snap your photo. Come on over here and keep me company. It's kind of scary. It's bright lights. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Good job. Okay.
Can I stay?
Yeah, you gotta stay. Because photographers around here. Okay. In 5th place is Kate Lamb from Big Fork High School. Time to memorize another poem, Kate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
4th place is Chrissy Dowdy from Hamilton High School. Imaginary shape. No. See, I would be, giving the certificates, there's not enough. Okay. And third place, Isabel Huff from Hellgate High School. You guys are hanging out for this. It's good. Yay, Isabel. Thanks. And now the drum roll stuff. From Whitefish High School, Joseph Perry. Joseph has second place. And the first place regional winner is Diego Steele from Sentinel High School. Thanks, parents and grandparents and everyone for coming, and see you next year. Bye.